Hi everybody, both on the internet and in real life we often go through some pretty dark and troubling times, and I just want people to realise and understand that there are companies out there who want to help. BetterHelp isn't probably one of them. That place comes across as a right scam. But what I do is I just buy myself some Nando's Pyrenees and everything just tastes, oh my God, it's just so much better. Oh, wow. Oh no, this isn't an advert. No, I just really love Nando's Pyrenees. Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface, and in today's video we're going to have a little look at what is coming in patch 8.1, and probably more importantly, when it's coming in 8.1. You see, 8.1 is a patch which is going to release in 3 increments. So I'm going to go through with the help of this. Now this is from Wowhead. They've put it down in a nice succinct bullet points, so I'll link in the description down below the full article. Go check it out, because if you want to know specifics, you can go into the specifics there. But this is not just going to be me reading off what there is. I'm going to be giving opinion about what I think. And I think it's only fair that I preface this video by saying, if you are not happy with BFA right now, 8.1 I think is going to do very little to change your mind. I think 8.2 is really going to be the patch that will at least attempt to change people's opinion of this expansion. But 8.1 I think was already too far gone in development by the time the backlash to 8.0 had started to come out. And so if you're not particularly happy with 8.0, 8.1 ain't going to do too much. If you're a raider and you enjoy your raiding, then 8.1 has got plenty for you. Other than that, well, we'll go into it, and like I said, I will tell you quite clearly what I think. So, first things first, the continuation of the war campaign. Now, the war campaign so far I have enjoyed. I've done all of the Alliance side and I've done part of the Horde side. Thoroughly enjoyed the Jaina Proudmoore stuff. I thought that was some expert storytelling by Terran Gregory, which I think he gets and deserves a lot of credit for. As regards to actual war between the Alliance and Horde, just non-existent, you know, in an expansion which is meant to be heralding this. And considering 8.0, yeah, we're going to new areas, and yeah, we're getting to meet new allies, etc., or develop relationships to get new allies. Still shouldn't take away from the war element, and it's just been severely pushed to the wayside considering how explosive, if you liked or didn't like, the pre-expansion events had been. Now, I don't know if they're going to timegate the war campaign. They may well do. They may well do, simply because of when the raids are going to come out. And so they may timegate the war campaigns to coincide with that. Bearing in mind, the first patch hits on the 11th of December. Then we've got the heritage armor for Blood Elves and Dwarves. I've done the Blood Elf one. Was fun. I enjoyed. Not that long. It's going to be approximately half an hour long. So to do this piece of content, you are just looking at probably about an hour's content for both combined. But yeah, you know, enjoyable little story, but obviously not much there. So what I'm trying to say is the heritage armor stuff is going to be done like that. So it's not a form of content which is going to remain with you. Yep, you're going to get your heritage armor and look very pretty, and that's very nice, but there's no more content to be had once it's done. They're also bringing back the Paragon Reputation Reward System, which they were so happy with in Legion that they didn't bother putting an 8.0. Yeah, we were really happy with the way that it turned out in Legion. We may bring it back in at a later date. Well, how about you bring it back in 8.0, and that way when people crush through the reputations, which they have because there's very little to do, at least they would have something to go for should they wish to continue. Now, I've got to be a little bit salty here. I have got no interest in doing any more world quests in this bloody game. And so, yeah, I think the Paragon reward system is only going to passively come my way, you know? Just through doing this and that, I may get the required experience, reputation, I should say, to get past that 10,000 and get myself another bag of whatever may be inside. But I'm certainly not pushing it. I don't give two hoots about that. The Sarfang and Tyrande quest lines will continue. Now, I have done both of these, and I enjoyed both of these. And again, unfortunately, they are both approximately 30 minutes long. And so if you do both of them, it's about an hour's worth of content. And then again, because it's storyline, it's done. It's done and you can't do any more of that. So both the Heritage Armor and the Sarfang and Tyrande quest lines, that is very finite content indeed. Like I said, though, was enjoyable. I did like that Blizzard actually took people's feedback into consideration and said, look, just add a segment here. Exactly where I said to add it. Just add a segment here where you can choose to either help Sarfang or be like, hey, bitch, move, bitch, get out the way. And then you could just go back to Sylvanas and grass up Zappy Boy. But that's been added in, so at least the Horde have some sort of RP element to their storyline, which ain't making a lot of sense right now. Then we've got new island expeditions and a vendor. You're actually going to be able to use the doubloons as a currency. Again, something which should have been available in 8.0. The fact that they weren't was just ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And they're adding 2 new island expeditions to the fray. This is where Blizzard have corrected something, but it may be way too late. Do I want to do any more island expeditions to just grind Azerite for artifact power? The answer is really not for me, no. No. When I first tested the island expeditions on the alpha and beta, I thought there was a lot of promise with them, and unfortunately it just turned out to be an Azerite grind, and that was it. And regardless of what island you're on, it doesn't matter at all. Because that's the same principle for every single island. 2 new islands, the same principle again. Adding a couple of things inside, but still it's just grinding Azerite. And island expeditions to me could have been so much more, could have been very interesting. Turn them into farming places for professions. Turn them into treasure hunting islands for treasure hunting content. But no. They're just all the same. So there are nice new locations, and the art department does have to get credit for pretty things. But at the same time, when you're not changing the physical content involved with them, it's not going to have a different feel to it. It's just going to feel like new location, same old stuff. And that is my problem. So yeah, if you want, now you have the chance to at least use your doubloons to go towards some toys, couple of pets, mount. But ultimately, do I really want to queue up for island expeditions for this reason alone? And the answer for me personally is not really, no. Then we've got incursions, dubbed down versions of Legion invasions. Same principle, same tech, same everything. The only difference is final phase you do it solo as opposed to going into a 3-person scenario. So in regards to whether or not I find these particularly interesting, the answer is no, not really. Did I feel as if I was just doing a Legion invasion? Pretty much, yeah. I didn't feel any distinction between the two. And so if you enjoyed Legion invasions, then it's something. But if one of your frustrating elements with this expansion is the utter sense of constant familiarity, because they just have copy-pasted virtually everything from Legion into this and dubbed it down, then this ain't going to make you any happier at all. So it might have a short-term effect purely for something to do, and you might decide to use your ults and do the quests when the zone pops to push them, to level them up a bit, but ultimately, not really. No, not at all. Account-wide reputation credit and transmogs, it's not physical content. Account-wide flight paths, it's not physical content. New Darkshore Warfront. Look, a Warfront's a Warfront. If you don't like Warfronts, you ain't going to particularly like this. Again, it's a nice location, and it's a nice looking Warfront, but at the same time, it's just the same principle. Collect wood, collect ore. Push, defeat boss A, move to boss B. Do something slightly different maybe with bombing, but then push to base, kill boss in base. Same principle. Again, no threat. You'd have to have 19 out of 20 people to AFK to fail. And also, one thing I must say as well, just to really... currently on the PTR, I believe the reward system is exactly like the old Arathi item levels. So you're just going to get 340 gear and a 370 for the quest. Awesome. So even more worthwhile. And yeah, and then there's the Darkshore revamp, which is going to have rares there. And guess what? World quests. Yay. Whatever. Piss off. Just sick of this crap. Class changes, whatever, it's not physical content. Leveling changes, whatever, it's not physical content. It's just a tweak to experience levels in various places to make it easy to level up. But coming between level 110 and 120, it's unchanged. I believe 111 and 112 are adjusted by 0.1%. And everything else isn't adjusted at all. So nothing really there. And then Champions of Azeroth reputation changes to go across the board for your character, so you don't have to keep doing it. Whatever. So that's the first bunch of content coming on the 11th of December. And ultimately not too much. Now, sure, we're leading up to Christmas, so... not that I think that's really any excuse whatsoever. But Blizzard are just like, hey, we don't want to put the raid in or anything like that, because Christmas is coming and, you know, holidays and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, ultimately, I think I'll be bored after a week. But there we go. That's just toxic wow hey to me. Then in January next year, 2019, the raid will come. Battle of Dazar'alor. They will add a 5th ring to Azerite gear. Whoop-de-indu. Who gives a flying? New Mythic plus level 10 affix, which is going to be called Reaping. Like I care. And then they're going to adjust the item levels from dungeons, emissaries, and warfronts once the raid comes out. So then, all the warfront stuff, which is 340 and 370 on the brand new warfront, that will go up to whatever they're going to tweak it to, and the new PvP season will begin. So again, in January, the only new thing coming is the raid. And that's it. It's the raid. So if you're a raider, boom, there you go. The location is interesting. It's actually here, of course. I'm in Zandalar, Zuldazar at the moment. So it's going to be right here. And then TBA, there's no announcement of when this is actually going to come out. The Crucible of Storms raid, which is the small... Was it the 2-boss raid? I think it was a 2-boss raid. Maybe 3-boss raid. Old Goddy stuff. And then there's going to be the Old Goddy content, which we've got no idea what that's going to be at the moment. It could be world quests, it could be storyline, it could be a mixture of both, but who knows? It's Blizz, could be anything. And then they're also going to bring in the Coltiran humans and the Zandalar trolls, which I couldn't give a toss about now because neither of them can be a warlock. I wanted a fat human warlock. I wanted to make an Az, but now I can't, and I'm really not happy. But I guess I'll just have to make a fat human for something else, I suppose. But yeah, that's coming at TBA. We don't know. So ultimately, I'll just reiterate what I said at the beginning of the video. If you're not currently happy with 8.0, there's very little, I believe, in 8.1 that's going to change your mind. There's going to be a few things to distract you for maybe a couple of weeks. But ultimately, I don't see much here to get your teeth stuck into because there's no changes to the profession system. There's no changes to the outside world content. There's no changes to treasure. There's no changes to res. There's no changes to just varying the content. Remember, of course, Blizzard are on a budget now. But Blizzard are on a budget. Cost cutting. Oh, Blizzard on a budget. So you just get the same old crud. And if you are enjoying 8.0, then it's more of the same. So you can't complain. You're not allowed to. If you like 8.0, you got to like 8.1. Them the rules. No, but if you're happy with raiding, yeah, you got raid coming, and you've got a smaller raid coming at a later date. So at least you got something raid-wise to get on with. But you know, if you actually like RPG elements in your MMORPGs, yeah, not much luck for you. So yeah, don't worry, there will be an 8.2 video coming. People are panicking as to where it is. There's no rush. It ain't going anywhere, folks. It ain't going anywhere. There's no rush, but I will do it. I will do it when I'm ready to have a chit chat about it. So there you go. 8.1 arriving 11th of December. So just a couple of weeks away now. Just over a couple of weeks away. 2.5 weeks away. And yeah, nothing really to get me all that excited. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media. I'm trying to do a thing here. I don't know how it's working. Social media and Twitch for live streaming. By the way, today, 3 p.m. UK time, Sunday Mass, Mount Farming. Join me for that. Social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.